This call is now being recorded.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, all of you.
Good evening, sir. Good
Good
evening,
evening,
sir.
all of you. Good evening, all of you.
Good evening, sir.
Students, am I audible, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Yes.
Yeah, 100 plus पिला है लड़ों से तो कितने समय लगे? 47 पिला admit
Sir, ଆମର ଏତେ ପିଲାରେ କ୍ଲାସ୍ ଷ୍ଟାର୍ଟ ହଉଥିଲା।
ଏବେ class start କରିବା?
ଆଜ୍ଞା sir, ଏତିକିରେ ହଉଥିଲା।
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let's start. Then whosoever is coming also I will admit them. Okay. Then see that all of you are having
Yes, sir.
your booklets. Have you received from the IGNOU Center?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
You have your booklets with you.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Only two classes are allotted against of this particular BLI 223. Okay, we are going to discuss about BLI 223. Organizing and managing information. Students, hello,
Yes, sir.
hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes,
How
sir.
many, how many of you are working professionals
Yes, sir. I am.
in library and information science in other sectors also?
In other sector.
Raise your hand. Acha. Only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. ठीक है. Why I am putting this question? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Already they know the system, library system. Already little bit or more knowledge, that is not a matter. But matter is they know the library system. What is library? What are the functions of the library? And how the library are being managed. They know. For that sake, I just put this question. And thing is, if you have chosen this BLI sports, students don't gossip during the class time. Students who is telling बेकारिया
भाई
कथा
म्यूट
all
करो
this thing.
किए हो?
Mute करो.
जो मैंने अच्छा म्यूट कर दियो यार छोड़ साउंड सुबुचे
The other sound should not come. Be isolated. Be isolated from the chaotic situation, all these things. Because the sound is coming and it is disturbing also. ठीक है. You see that we are going to discuss about not about the entire library subjects which are incorporated in the BLIS course, but it is only the course which has been allotted for this class and another one more class, that is tomorrow. Only 2 days. We are going to discuss about the BLI 223, and you know that the BLI 223 is meant for the organizing and managing the information. Organizing and managing information. Okay, can you tell me that what is information? Who can tell about the term or terminologies related to the information? What is information? केही हेले भी कुओ ओडिया रे कुओ हिंदी इंग्लिश तीनटा भाषा आइदर और करी कि जे कोनसी भाषा रे कहि पारो.
When data is valid upon a query, is information.
Who told?
when
Yes,
some
sir.
data transfer from sender to receiver that may be information.
Sender to the receiver.
Sir,
Okay,
move
just
on.
you are passing. हाँ कुहो जी भी all are allowed.
Sir, any
Information.
data which is valuable to us.
That is commonly understood and everybody knows that it is valuable.
Yes.
But my point of saying that if someone will put question to you, what is data, what is knowledge, what is information, what is these are the terms and terminologies we are in our daily as usual life using those terms. But thing is we have to be clarified. We have to be cleared about the terms or terminologies we are using in our day-to-day lives. Tell me.
When data is valid upon a query, is called as information.
Uh, Can you tell me, uh, Mother Teresa was a good or providing good service to the nation? Is it a data or information? How can you know, or how can you say that this sentence, what I told, Mother Teresa was providing services to the poorest of the poor of the nation?
ଯେତେବେଳେ ମଦର ଟେରେସାଙ୍କର ଡାଟା ମାନେ ତାଙ୍କ ବିଷୟରେ ଷ୍ଟୋର ହେଇକି ଥାଏ ତାକୁ ଡାଟା କୁହାଯାଏ। ଯେତେବେଳେ ତାକୁ ସପ୍ଲାଏ କରାଯାଏ ଅନ୍ୟକୁ ଜଣେଇବା ପାଇଁ ଏଟାକୁ ଇନଫର୍ମେସନ।
Partially correct, but you have understood, but you are not exactly expressing. Store katha kahi paribani. Suppose a knowledgeable person. Suppose in this particular class, knowledge means who is a very intellectual person, and अरे ये sound कहीं आସୁଛି जो इको होची कहीं सुनो students, you just close your mic, mute that. Okay. See that particularly whenever we are telling about something and that bears some data, means of what? Fact. Any kind of fact in terms of either it is in terms of numeric or alphabetic or alphanumeric. But the term or terminologies or the numeric or anything that is not in a processed form. But we have collected the things from the ground or from survey or from any source, but that is not in the processed form. In that case, we can say that these are the data. Whenever those data, collection of data, is going to be or is going to form a sense, meaningful sense, and the sense should be in a particular subject matter or maybe of more than one subject matter. That does not matter, but matters here whenever we are processing the entire data into a concrete form and that bears some value, information, that time we can say that it is, or we are providing the thing to the other person as information. Information is a collection of data, but the information should be in the form of value adding, in the form of a particular matter or matter in more than one forms, but it should be in the value or in the concrete information, in the form of concrete information. Suppose I am telling that 100 building and fish. These are three things. These are one data. One is 100, another one is building, another one is other thing. But these are not correlated to the terms, one term to the another term. Whenever the term is not correlated and that does not possess any meaningful sense, that we cannot say we cannot say that this is a piece of information. Whenever a piece of information we are going to provide to the another one, before that we should say, we should check it out whether we are going to provide the thing, is it a concrete data, is it in the right form, is it bearing the sense of that particular subject or the subject which are interrelated, and satisfying the need of the users. These are the questions, and these question answers up to these questions should be analyzed before sending to the users categories. And you know that IGNOU was providing 10 to 12 classes to complete the entire BLI 223. Because of pandemic, all these things, it is a hard part for all of us to manage the entire things, and online classes are being conducted by the IGNOU, which is in the present or in the first phase. Two classes have been provided or arranged for briefing or for completing your entire chapters. I don't know whether the number of classes would be more or less, but thing is we have been assigned to take two classes, only two classes. And if the two classes, we have been informed to take the two classes, then accordingly we have to cover the chapters and we have to brief the chapters for your betterment of the knowledge and for completing the units covering under the different heads of or sections of the BLI 223. And you know that if you are having, you say, you see that is your BLI 223 organizing and managing information. Okay, that you open that part, you want to see that organizing and managing your information, that is block 1, block 2, block 3 and block 4. 4 blocks. The entire units are covered under the 4 blocks. And if you are categorically divisioning the 4 blocks, then you see that is basically unit 1 to 4 covered under block 1, unit 5 to 8 covered under block 2, that is cataloging, and block 1 is classification. And unit 3, that is 9, 10 and 11, 3 units which are covered under indexing. And unit 4, recent developments. Unit 4 is recent developments, also comprising 3 units. 3 units. That means entire 4, 4, 3 and 3. Entire units are 14 units. Under that 14 units, the entire BLI 223 organizing and managing information is covered. And if we are going to cover the entire units in 2 classes, then it is our prime duty to divide the class according to the units or taking to the units. That we can maximum to maximum can cover up to 8, block 1 and block 2. That is our classification. Another block is cataloging. What is classification and what is cataloging? That is the most important thing of the library science, library and information science. These 2 blocks, which are most important things. Though we are in the recent trend, that is IT era, still if you don't have any knowledge about the classification, if you don't have knowledge about the cataloging, and also the indexing part to some extent is most important, then the meaning of doing services, meaning of providing services to the users category would be hampered, and the entire processes of the library may not be maintained accordingly in the sequenced manner or in the very systematic order, so that we can provide better services or quick services taking to the arrangement of the books or collections of the library. Understood, students? Am I clear, all of you?
Yes, sir.
No,
Yes, sir.
huh. See that it is very much important. If we are going to tell about the library, that means it is our prime duty. First understanding, it should be our classification of the library. Why I am telling, if we are not classifying the entire documents or collections of the library, then it is a very stake part for a library professional to cater the subject, to know about the subject, which one is most important, where is liquidated, and how can I retrieve the thing during providing the services to the users categories. These are the main problems the librarian will face about that during the service period. Will face problems during the service period. So it is our most important duty. Whenever we are collecting, I don't have time that to go back to the system of the procurement, what is acquisition part. Then we are directly telling about the cataloging part and classification part. These are coming under the cataloging part and classification part. How we can classify how the books or the collections, how we can catalog the things, record the things in our library, so that during the during our searching time, uh, during our searching time, it would be a easier part for a library professional to retrieve or to locate the document and to disseminate or to issue the document to the users categories. It is most important part. And if you are going to discuss about the classification part, then we see that we have to segregate the thing, we have to classify the thing according to the subject matter. After procurement of the documents, it is the most important part for a library professional. Professional may be a assistant librarian or any designation, bearing any designation, who is really looking after the job of the library, who is holding any anonymous post of the library. That does not matter. Matter over here is to control the system, organize the system, so disseminate the system, and to make the system more fruitful. It is most important. And whenever we are discussing over here classification, then we can see that how can we classify, what are the methodologies we have to put, what are the things that is coming under the classifications. And accordingly, we can use those classification methods or systems, so that it would be a easier part for us or all of us who are working in the library to organize and to keep the records systematically in the library. Keep the records systematically in the library. It is most important part. See that after procurement of the books or acquisition part, then it is our duty to segregate, find out the things in a very systematic order. How in a systematic order? It should be according to the title wise. First, we have to classify the entire things according to the what subjects, border terms subjects, political science or economics, and this is genetics, this is physics books, this is physics related books, or coming under the terms or very sub parts of the physics, that also coming under the physics, broad category of physics. ଗୋଟେ broad subject ଥାଏ, ଗୋଟେ narrow terms, ଗୋଟେ broad terms ଥାଏ. Classification କଲା ବେଳେ we have to look after those terms, though it is a narrow term, but it is related to the broader term of the subject. So we have to keep it the narrow term subjects in under the category of broad term subjects. It is the most important knowledge, and the knowledge should be both by the primary professional in the classification time. And we can use the classification schedules or methodologies, classifications, methodologies using the colon classification, using the duodecimal classification, using the Library of Congress classification, using the universal decimal classification UDC. There are so many classifying sub yeah, systems of the classification. You can use out of that one for ordering the books, for ordering the documents for our library. And the schedules are there, the systems are there. Whenever the things which are, you go through the entire pages of the classification and entire pages of the uh, units of the classification, we will be knowing that what are the systems and the systems which are concerned about the classification or linked about the classification, what classification methods we have to follow, how can we classify broad subjects categorically, and after the main division, then how can I trace the subparts of the subject matter, then it is related to the classifications. And it is also most important part. And if you are classifying the subjects perfectly and stacking the subjects according to the classification manner, it would be a nice part for the library professional and also very helpful to the library professional to locate the document without wasting the time, and to locate the document easily and provide the document to the users categories without wasting the users time. Understood all of you?
Yes, sir.
Student, and basic concepts of the classification and types of classification, postulational approach, comparative study of schemes of the classification, that you have facilities or not, I do not say, I cannot say that schemes of the classification is the most important part. Whenever we are going to tell about the duodecimal classification DDC, then the DDC should be classified according to the schemes, and generally column classification also according to the schemes, and also according to the schemes it is classified because the schemes which are related to the subjects and subjects which are related to the classification of the, in the broader sense, in the classification of the terms and terminologies. Terms and terminology which are coming under the subjects, broader terms, then accordingly it has been classified, and accordingly the system can tell about the things which are coming under which subject. Because one person may not be knowledgeable in divergent subjects, may not have plenty of knowledge on different subjects, but the subjects which are related to the biotechnology or genetics or the fashion technology or yoga or the things, political science, economics, term which are related to the inflation, deflation, there are so many terms and terminologies which are linked or interlinked with the subjects, and it is not a possible part for a man to know about the entire terms and terminologies covered under a subject or divergent subjects. So it is a most important part that classification schedule, cataloging part or classification schedule can give you the knowledge about the different subjects through which you can learn more, you can know that which are coming under which subjects and which are most important terms and terms related to the subjects. Accordingly, schedules are there. Accordingly, the classification schedules generally are 001, 002, 003 by this way. The subjects are classified, and also you can see that because in one class, if you are going to cover the entire 8 chapters, then it is a very stack part for a counselor to cover the things entirely. But I am assuring you that I am going to give you the things which are related to the units, and the units covering under that, what are the things covered under that units, that I am going to tell about the things in brief. That it is most important part. And if you are going to classify the things after classification, what are the things you have to do? That is most important is cataloging. And if you are cataloging the things, cataloging means you are keeping the data in a recordical manner. That is one kind of or most important thing for the library to know about the things or to know different types of informations about the things or about the collections of the library, in the recorded manner. So cataloging also most important. We people do catalog for each collection. Each collection. That does not mean we are bringing 5 volumes of a particular or 5 numbers of books of a particular book, particular title. Then we can dump it in one, or we can keep it in one accession number. That may not be. That we have to keep your record systematically, and you have to keep record individually, means in a very pinpointed manner, in a very single way. Single document should be cataloged. And cataloging, after doing cataloging the things which are located or which are stocked in your library would be easily traceable, and students can come to your library, can search your catalog box, and after searching the catalog cards, then the student also by himself or herself will be knowing that the things which are cataloged or which are collected are placed in which stock or which place or which area. Then it is a easier part for a librarian, or also wherever the local, that we see that generally we are having open access system and closed system. Most of the library in the government and most of the library traditional libraries, if you mark, then you see that only one librarian or more than one librarians are appointed with the other auxiliary staffs, but they do not allow the library users to the library directly to search the documents or search the needs of the users directly in the library. You have to tell to them, then they may search at the stocks or racks and they may give you the books to you. But thing is, what is the difference? If the attitude of a professional is not good, and if the uh, if a professional is not really wanting to help or wanting to provide better services to the users category, that time what will happen? Then he may deny that, though that particular collection is available in the library. They may deny. They may not give you that book, but the book is present in the library. But the thing is, users dissatisfaction will be more that time, and users will not be allowed to uh, gain knowledge from the library. But it is a most important part. Nowadays the systems are going to be changed, and the systems, the most important institutions, some of the institutions have adopted open access system. Students can directly, or users, maybe faculty member, maybe a research scholar, maybe a undergraduate, postgraduate, or anybody, or may in case of a public library, the all types of users, irrespective of caste, religion, place of birth, everything. Whosoever is a bona fide one for the library is allowed to access the library collection facilities. Here you see, wherever, what is the major differences? The differences is the open access system and closed system. In the closed system, users are not allowed. Users depend on a particular library professional. Professional may give or may not give, that is depending upon him or her. But during the or in the open access system, users are directly allowed to the stocks, and the user can search about the needs of the books and directly search whether the thing is available in the rack or not. And if he's getting that book, also that is a part and parcel of the, or partly helpful to the library professional. Library professional may not go to the stock again and again, or can kill his precious time. He may be utilize his time in the other jobs, other things. So directly the user can bring that book from the stock and submit before the um, uh, circulation in charger, who can give the collection to the user directly. But it is a very important thing of the library system, that every library should be a open access library. But one problem is that uh, during open access period, uh, locating or tracing or uh, the users to some extent do uh, very nuisance things. They may steal the property of the library, they may damage the library collections, they may disorder the library collections, because whenever they are going to search, one document is say appointed in a single or in a particular place, that may be shifted to the another rack, they may be shifted to the another shelf also, may not be rack, even in shelves. But whenever someone is asking about that particular document and a librarian is going to that particular area, the librarian may not get that book, and that will retard the, or will break the system by which better services would not be provided to the users categories. That sometimes will happen, those cases, and which is a very difficult task to manage the entire collections of the document. But still, if the users education, users awareness program, library is providing going to before going to provide library services to the users categories, if a orientation program or users education program or users program is being provided, and a briefing how the library services, or how the an user can get better library services without damaging the library collections, so without wasting, without disordering the books, and what are the timings, what to do, what not to do, whether you have to keep your shoe in the outside or it is allowed. If you are going to one stock area, then what is the method you have to follow it? Is it right that to rush number of users to a particular area? All this, so there are so many other things. Stealing property, and the system should be made accordingly. Otherwise, users education or users awareness program, without users awareness program, it is a difficult part to control the entire system systematically and provide the services in a better way. So it is a very uh, most important things, very much important things, to create awareness among the users categories, to generate the things, to uh, keep the things in the minds of the users categories, by which users would be more oriented towards the library, and users should be more lovable towards the library system and the collections, and it would be a more easier part, more profitable part of the users category as a whole, and users will get more benefit in this system. So these are the systems we have to follow it up. These are the ways we have to adopt, by which the users categories, who is talking, please, students who is talking, stop talking, students. Students, stop talking. I am
म्यूट
listening
करो
your voice.
किए
I am listening your voice because that is to some extent retarding my mind that I may not be allowed to give you the better feeding. Still he is talking.
କୋଦଳେନ୍ଦ୍ର ସାହୁ ମ୍ୟୁଟ କର।
Students, mute. No talking during the class time. Only you can put questions. Only you can query the things, but don't disturb because you are getting loser. Because we are appointed for 2 hours, and after completing of 2 hours, then we are going to another class tomorrow. You are having, and after that also you don't have that scope to learn from us. Try to understand. Whatever the things we are discussing, it is related to the library and library system, and it is also related to the BLI-223, which are most important. Without that, also the library system may not be functional, may not be provided, may not be organized properly, and that will retard in providing library services to the users categories. That may hamper the system. It is most important part. And classification is the most important part. Before proper classification can give you knowledge about the different collections, location of the different collections, and also to organize the document in the systematic order so that the retrieving of document from the rack or from the location of the document would be easier for a library professional. And that is most important thing. Though we have brought lakhs of rupees, though we have purchased books on lakhs of crores of rupees, and that may not be organized, we have dumped it in one place and we have dumped it, and that may not be useful for the users categories. That is waste of money of our organization. If we have procured the things maybe of 1,000 or 2,000 or 5,000 or 10,000, but the documents which are properly, nicely managed, and that is traceable. I am repeatedly telling traceable, then it is a most important part for both the library professionals and users categories to gain knowledge from that source, that collection. Document should be repeatedly, should be used frequently, not for showing the collection and for for looking beauty of the library. Only we are keeping the document. It is generally it is not meant for that. We are procuring the documents for maximum utilization of the knowledge, and maximum utilization of knowledge that time would be possible if the documents of the library are properly managed and served in the proper way and traceable for all of us, both of us. One side is users category, another side is the library professional. And it is for that reason, it is a most important part to classify the document according to the subject, according to the alphabetical manner, or according somewhere else. Some of the librarians do according to the subject wise, and also do according to the alphabetical manner. They keep it the records. That depends. So that is a kind of local variation, I will tell, but I am not going to that part. But the document should be nicely managed, nicely recorded, nicely shelved, systematically processed, by which the document should be available at any or without any hesitation or without any delaying of any time of the library professionals and users categories. We can get it readily, we can get it instantly. And cataloging, I told, it is the most important part. We have to catalog the documents individually or in a single way, single manner. For each document we have to catalog one cataloging, and it should be recorded in the catalog box. Okay. Charging tray, generally called as in the library system, it is a charging tray. That charging tray should be open for all of the users categories, because it is a document traceable what I will tell, document traceable for the users categories, part for the users category. Users can directly come to the charging tray, and in that charging tray someone can search the document, and it is a systematic ordered. The documents are systematically ordered, arranged in a systematical order, and accordingly, whenever someone is tracing that or finding that book, then that particularly demand can be placed before the library in charge. Library in charge and librarian or library in charge can that time give you the right document without killing your time or wasting the precious time of the users categories. It is most important part. Whenever we are, I told the basic concept of the cataloging. Whenever types of cataloging or forms of cataloging, all these things that you go through your booklets, and in the coming class also I am having with you, all of you, that you just go 1 day or 2 days, 3 days, 4 days. We don't have the number of days, but 1 day you are having tomorrow, and in the evening I will take the classes. Any types of question, any type of questions which are coming to our mind, but you are not understanding the things, you can put me, you can ask me. Okay, tomorrow at 7 o'clock, 7 to 9 I am having class with you. That time also you can put any question relating to the organizing and managing information. It is most important part. One thing that whenever another most important thing, whenever we are going to catalog the document, generally the collection of the library may be of two types. One is print, another is non-print. The print, generally you know that books, pamphlets, reports, thesis, dissertations, or any kind of things which are in paper form, hard form, printed form. Okay, students, that the collections may be of printed form, but some of the collections also you can get from the library, that is your non-book print materials, non-book materials, but the materials which are not in the paper form, but still it is important for you people, still knowledge is there, you can learn from non-print ways, that from your CD, that from your DVD, and also some of the resources which are collected in different ways, using your databases also, softwares also, and some of the things which are recorded in the, we can take it the things in the pen drive, we can take it or we can get the information or any kind of document also through your mail, even in the WhatsApp, even in the that is using your so many other social medias in the present IT era, information technology era, that we can use it the facilities, social sites. By using that social site, we can get the thing. I am not going to that part. It is a very vast part, and it is in no way allowing us to discuss about that social sites and the social sites which are related to the library. In what way it is related to the library, in what it is benefited to the library. Also, I am having a paper also. You can search in my name, and you can get down or get the things about the social sites, social media, and what are the important benefits or most important benefits we can get through the social media. I'm having a paper, and that is freely available in the Google site. In the Google, you can open that, you can get down the things, you can learn many things from that article. Okay, that you see that another thing is that types of documents, generally we can broadly we can classify under two heads, that is your print materials and non-print materials. Under the print materials, I told your books, your journals, your reports, your thesis, your there are so many magazines, so many other things which are coming in the printed form. But some of the collections that also available in the library, that is in the non-print form. Which are non-print? Which are the things coming under that? CD, DVD, all these are the things. In the non-print way, it is available, and library is of having that source also, and you can use that source for gaining knowledge or for learning purposes. Non-print. Whenever you are going to catalog those documents, print documents and non-print documents. Also, there is a system of cataloging the non-print documents. What are the things we have to, and you see that generally, whenever we are going to catalog, generally the title of the book, the author of the book, how many pages covered under that particular book, and who is a publisher, who is a publisher, who is the publisher, and what is the edition of that particular book, what is the year of publication, and what is the price of that book. There are so many other columns which are related to keep our records, bibliographic records of the of a particular document. Accordingly, also, if you are going to purchase any non-print document from the market, then what you are asking? You just give me CD of Sarthak, Sarthak Bhajan, Bhajan Joga Kaliya Re. Joga Kaliya is a title song or some title of a particular song, and Sarthak is the publisher, producer, Sarthak producer, publishing that particular document, and also price is there, and also what is the dimension of that, what are the dimension in size, all these things, inch, number of inches, all these things, and you have to keep the records. What is the year of publication, publication, or what is the year of um, purchase year, all the things which are necessarily important for a library professional or librarian to know about the document, to trace about the document, and to keep it as a record. That is during the period of cataloging any kind of non-print documents. These are the things one should keep in the mind during cataloging time. Prakash Vishwal, are you getting me or not? Ashwini, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
ହଁ ମଝିରେ ମଝିରେ ଇଣ୍ଟରାକ୍ସନ ଦରକାର, ନହେଲେ ମୁଁ କିଏ ଗୋଟେ ତମର ମାଇକ୍ କାହିଁ ତମେ ଓପନ କରୁଛ, ବନ୍ଦ କର. Listen to me. If anything, if you are that the thing is confusing you, or you are misunderstanding the thing, you are not going to understand the thing properly, also you can break me. You can put any question regarding that also, and see that accordingly also there are other things, the things which are generally we cannot cover the entire chapter, entire units. By this way also, I am repeatedly telling, number of times telling about that. There are so many other things. If I am going to tell about the things about the print materials and things about the non-print material, also it is a time or matter of 2 classes or 3 classes only about that also. But see that taking 2 hours, allowing timings, all these things that we have to go through, and we have to cover all these things. That see that cataloging of the non-book materials, cataloging format of the standards also. Suppose patent is a kind, is one of them, is a patent things, and also CD-ROMs, DVD-ROMs, all the things which are being procured by the library as a record. or as a collection, and it is the most important thing. We have to keep the collections as a record. And indexing part is a another one, that, and recent developments, that also is a another one means of what under that section, another one means another section, and recent developments is also another section that we will cover tomorrow, right at 7. All of you join also right at 7 p.m. You are delaying that also, we are waiting you 5 minutes, 10 minutes, then we are that also consuming timing. Okay, tomorrow before that also, because before 10 minutes also I opened that, and also I saw that the one by one up to 30 minutes, up to 30. Right now it is 53 out of 200 plus. But if 253 are being proposed by the at a time, also it would be finished within 2-3 minutes. Do that also tomorrow. Prior that, join yourself, and it will not waste our time. ଆଉ ଆଉ କଣ କହିବା ନା, ତମ ପାଖରେ ସବୁ ବହି ଅଛି, all of you are having booklets, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Students,
Yes,
please,
sir.
Yes, sir.
and my uh, Kuntala,
Yes,
who is,
sir.
you see that you are having books, all of you are having books. Prakash Biswal, everybody, Ashwini, Priti, Parna Das. I'm telling about all of you that you go through the chapters. Chapter 1, chapter means unit. Unit 1, 2, 3, 4 in classification. Block 2 cataloging, 5, 6, 7, 8 in cataloging. Basic concepts, types of classification, postulational approach, comparative study schemes of classification, and then another one is under cataloging, basic concepts, types and forms of catalogs, formats and standards, cataloging of non-book material. These are the 8 units, and 8 units covered under 4 covered under the classification and 4 covered under the cataloging. Because if I am going to discuss one by one, so by this way may not be covered the entire things. If you are putting question to me directly, sir, namaskar. If you are putting question to me directly, and according to your requirement also, I will try to finish it. And it would be easier part to cover the entire things or 8 chapters in a single class. You go through the pages, you go through the units, you go sitting at there also, you go and open that pages and see that what is the difficult part for you people. For tomorrow you do homework these things. For tomorrow, whenever you are coming to join at 7 o'clock, prior that whole day you are having, entire whole day, search it out, find it out the problems, find it out the difficulties in the units, go through the entire pages, and just write down the problems for you people and ask me. That time also I will try to finish the entire things. I will try to tell about the things, if that is possible. I will try to cover the entire other 6 units. Okay, that would be a easier question answer session. That may not be a very comparative or empirical class, or maybe a question answer sessions. And it is a most important part if you are going to cover in 2 classes the entire 14 chapters. For tomorrow it is a homework, all of you, for all of you, for all of you. Indexing and recent developments. And for today we are having time also, next 1 hour I am ready to tell you. But you see that what is really difficult for you people, classification and cataloging, what are the questions which are coming to your mind that the thing is unsolved for you, not understanding, not being understood. You just try to see and ask me also. I will try to answer on your questions. अर्पिता साहू शुणी पार्छ ना नहीं? डी
Yes, sir.
मोनिका, अश्विनी,
Yes, sir.
who are coming on the pictures also I am telling, the others are also, because I can tell you, one thing is for all of you I told, I declared for all of you that you see that, see the things. Mausimi Bhoi, Prakash Vishal, all are can go through the chapters up to 8 and see that what is the problem part for you people. तो बही अच्छे हाँ मारुच समस्ते समस्त पचारे हाँ मारुच जे बही बुकलेट अच्छी तुम पाखे अभिजीत तुम देख एसके मेहर देख निजे देख जे कोड प्रॉब्लम आसुची क्वेश्चन आंसर सेशन घंटाए पूरा रखिली
सर क्वेश्चन आंसर सेशन ता काली रखंतु
काली तो रखिवा काली अदर 8टा 6टा ये अछि इंडेक्सिंग एंड रिसेंट डेवलपमेंट रे 6टा अछि बेसिक्स ऑफ सब्जेक्ट इंडेक्सिंग इंडेक्सिंग लैंग्वेज इंडेक्सिंग टेक्निक आउ रिसेंट डेवलपमेंट रे कॉन्सेप्चुअल चेंज इम्पैक्ट ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशन टेक्नोलॉजी बा टेक्नोलॉजी online cataloging design services overview of web marketing web indexing metadata interoperability ontology all these are the things for tomorrow but for today you are having booklets with you in your hand. You just search it out the problems. Try to try to understand. If not, that is understood. You can ask me also on that regard. It is a free session, question answer session, and that question answer is a very valuable part for you people because only the topmost things which are unsolved things may be discussed in this part in this time.
It's a mark record.
Ah.
MARC, mark record.
MARC, machine readable cataloging. Suppose we are doing in manual way. All of you is a very nice one, nice question. We are doing in the manual manner, manual way, by hand. We are writing something, we are keeping the record of what I told, the bibliographic record in the document. But under mark format, the cataloging, machine readable cataloging format, there is a system and particular system is adopted. Under that we have to work out and under that also we can keep it the record for cataloging and automatically suppose mark format ମୁଁ ସେଥିପାଇଁ first ପଚାରିଲି how many of you are working in the library in the libraries how many of you are? Only 780 hands came on the picture that okay just if you are working or for it is a most important part you see that on there are different databases and softwares are used by the library. Suppose Lipsys is one of them, Granthalaya is one of them, Koha is one of them, News and Live is one of them.
कोहा विषय रे कोहा
କହିଲେ ଟିକେ କଣ ହବ କୋହାଟା କଣ ଗୋଟେ
ଜଷ୍ଟ ଗୋଟେ ଆଇଡିଆ ଦିଅନ୍ତୁ କୋହା
ହଁ ମୁଁ କହୁଛି ସେମିତି ଟିକେ କହିବି ଜଷ୍ଟ ଧାଡି ଟିକେ କହିଦେଲେ ତ କୋହାଟାକୁ ବୁଝି ହବନି ମୁଁ ସେଇ ଟପିକ ରେ ଆଲୋଚନା କରୁଛି ସେଇ ଆଙ୍ଗଲ ରେ our point of discussion is these are the softwares we are using for our library. Why we are using? Because for correct information, because of utilization of less manpower, because of cost cutting, because of timely and quickly services, because of other many things, because of many other things. एथिपाई कम समय रे कम स्टाफ रे निर्भुल सर्विस दबा कम पैसा रे मध्य सर्विस दबा आउ मध्य क्विक सर्विस दबा क्विकली सर्वे ये सब होची ता पछर कहानी आमे जदि if we are going to adopt or install any software in our library, then it is our important part for all of us to learn about the system of the software, to learn about the facets of the software, to learn about the modules of the software, so that the software can give you inputs, can support you, by using that software can provide quick services, better services. You can satisfy the needs of the users categories. All these things. It is most important. Our answer is question. Our point of discussion is mark. Machine readable cataloging is a standard format, and that standard format basing upon the fixation of the codes means of what? Exactly the format, tag format. The tag, suppose 1 is meant for this, 2 is meant for that, 3 is meant for this, 4 is meant for that. If we are installing this particular software in our library, what is the exact system that may be in the same manner, same way if you are installing in the America, German, all these things. Because you see that whenever we are going to classify the entire things, the classification part may vary from one region to another region, one library to another library. Basically, in the eastern part of India, that most of the libraries are adopted decimal class or DDC, decimal class. But if you go to the southern part of India, then you will find that most of the libraries they use column classification. Is it varying or not? Southern part library or libraries are following column classification, but eastern part libraries, what exactly the knowledge I have gained, or I know that the library, most of the library in the eastern part they use or they adopt duodecimal classification, DDC. If you are going to adapt the duodecimal classification, column classification, universal decimal classification, Library of Congress classification, there are so many other classifications in hundreds. In hundreds you will find classification that is
India के कोटा को use करा होची
basically duodecimal classification in most of the part of India. Most of the part DDC.
DDC actually shortcut करके DDC
तेनु जे कौन कहू
DDC टा से shortcut करके ना briefly कहबे DDC
मालभिन डुए जने थिले जने कैटलॉग
के सर
मालभिन डुए तमे सेतरे जेतबेले पढिबो
यस सर
जो कैटलॉगिंग रे तमे जेतबेले देखियो ता गोटे स्वतंत्र ब्रीफिंग अछि तांको विषय रे सेटा पढिबो से এই বিভিন্ন প্রকার কলেকশন কু কিंती সিস্টেমেটিক অর্ডার রখাଯିवो से गोटे प्रिंसिपल डेवलप कले बा थ्योरी डेवलप कले से जो थ्योरी डेवलप कले बेसिक upon the theory developed by the Marvin Dewey, that the system also the system is being used in the libraries, and most of the parts of the libraries in India and abroad also in other foreign countries also that is being used. Okay, that is a matter, but that the matter is here we are going to discuss about the different schemes of classification, facets of classification, and the types of classification. If varies from one classification to the another classification, if the format is a unique format, and if that the format is not supporting, obviously the format may not be suitable for all libraries. Those who are using the column classification, some of us are using duodecimal classification, some of us are using universal decimal, and many other Library of Congress classification, and many other types of classification. And the mark format is a type of format, is such a format that the different types of classification, classifications, different types of classifications are supported by the mark format. Understood my point? Understood?
Yes, sir.
एथरे केते बेनिफिट होची एथरे डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ क्लासिफिकेशन थिले मध्य सेम मेथड रिलेटेड कैटलॉगिंग सब जनरेट कर परिबो बा आमे कर परिबा तादर इंफॉर्मेशन आमे पाई परिबा व्हाट अबाउट द बिकॉज़ classify while doing classification we need information or bibliographic information. Without bibliographic information we cannot catalog the document. And exactly the information whenever we are going to put, and if that is not being supported, that is not being derived, that is not being uh, available, also may not be a easier part for a library professionals to catalog the documents in the library. So it is a commonly available format or suitable format, commonly suitable format for every part of India or every some of the parts of the world. That is a mark format, is a standard format, universal, and for that mark format also some standardization certifications also. Agencies they have certified the mark system. As you see, the one most important example is COA. Another one is Lipsis. These are the mark-based format, and that mark-based format is a suitable format for the library and the system of the library, because under that format also you can work out, you can catalog, you can classify, you can keep it your record, you can do everything as of your necessities of the classification and cataloging, all these things. Because we are using in the PT University library, Lipsis, in the library Lipsis 10 in the present. The version is Lipsis 10. Prior that we are using Lipsis 7. And now we are using Lipsis 10. 7 and 10, all these are the versions. You know that as you are telling about the edition of the book, also version of the non book. It is a non book. I am telling about the software. Software, and that software generally from time to time, because of the demand and also necessary important necessary things which are generating day by day, and that is the library professionals are feeling that it is most important for the public or the users category to have to incorporate that. Accordingly also the demand is going to the developer that you have to incorporate all those facilities. Accordingly, after getting or creating those facilities in the library system or library software, they are creating another version or they are selling the product in the market in the latest version. It is a developed part of the latest library. Live system is a latest part, latest version of the library software. Lipsis. Like that. Understood my point? What I told. Version कौन, software कौन, आउ mark format supporting system कौन, एटा थिले world wide रे किंतु acceptable. Otherwise marketing ता मध्य तांकर कमी जिवो, because they are the developers. Why they are developing the system? Why they are developing the software? Because of marketing only, creating library facilities, and that is if that is not being accepted by the by each and every part of the library, then the marketing is would be an impossible part for them, or for marketing in all libraries or with all libraries of the world. So they have developed in such a way that the mark format is a standard format, and that standard format, that is a very useful format for the library system, taking to the information, so gathering of the information, so the information which are really important for the library to keep it as a record, all these things. Even if you got a bill raw number टा भी दरकार, who is a provider, means of what? Provider माने supplier, जे हमको जिनसो सप्लाई करछि, बुक सप्लाई करछि बा अदर थिंग्स ऑफ द लाइब्रेरी सप्लाई करछि, तार मध्ये गोटे बिल दरकार, डेट दरकार, प्राइस केतरे किना आइ दरकार, ସବୁ କିଛି bibliographic record of the document ଦରକାର, କୋଉ ଡେଟ୍ ରେ କିଣା ହେଇଥିଲା, କେବେ ଅର୍ଡର ଯାଇଥିଲା, କେବେ ସବୁ କିଛି everything should be recorded in the system means software. And if the things is not supported and that or those facilities are not available in that software, then what is the meaning of that software, what is the usefulness of that software? So accordingly the software developers, they are developing the software in such a way so that a beautiful library professionals will not feel that the software is having a default system or lacuna, so that we cannot enter this part, that part, we cannot keep it as a record, this, that, by this way. They are developing, looking after the entire sites of the library, entire things of the library, and the information system also. That we are not dealing about the library, we are dealing about the information. All the information should be recorded also. All these things. Any question from other side? गोटे क्वेश्चन रे केते जिंस तमे जानिया पाइला त सेट पई कहे
Sir, what is ARC-2R?
हां
What is ARC-2R? ARC-2R. Hello?
ओहो एंग्लो अमेरिकन कौन लिखा है क्षेत्र
Sir, Anglo-American Cataloging Rule.
ACR लिखा है तो आरसी कहउछ
Sorry, sir.
भूलता कहउछ एंग्लो मु सेति पई तुमको प्रश्न आउ थरे पचारली कौन लिखा है एंग्लो अमेरिकन कैटलॉगिंग रूल्स एंग्लो अमेरिकन means of what, it is a specific part of that America, and under that system they have developed their system in such a way it is not universally accepted. गोटे मन कर मु कहबी गोटे लक्स साबुनटा बुझियोछ ना, गोटे लक्स साबुनटा यू सी मार्केटिंग आडू आमे आसीबा गोटे एग्जांपल देले तुम बुझ परियो, गोटे लक्स साबुनटा 10 टंका देले मिलुची आउ लक्सटा एते गोटे ब्रांडेड जिंस जे बा आमे लाइफ बॉय कथा भी कहबा, लक्सटा भी भलो, लाइफ बॉय आउरी भलो, लाइफ बॉय जे गोटे आईएएस ऑफिसर ते भी लाइफ बॉय केने के नउची घर को, आ गोटे गरीब जे 200 टंका रोजगार करची से भी से लाइफ बॉय 10 टंका देकी नउची ना नाही को समस्त को।
Yes, sir.
लाइफ बॉय गोटे साबुन,
Yes, sir.
everybody who is having capacity to purchase 100 rupees soap, he is also purchasing. Who is having capacity of 200, earning 200 rupees per day, he is also purchasing. Less capacity, is having less capacity, he is also purchasing. What is the difference? What is the difference? Difference, you see that if you are telling about the soap like you sell, you tell about the high priced soap. Who can tell about the high priced name of the high priced soap? दी तीनटा को विशेष करी गर्ल चिल्ड्रन माने बा गर्ल्स माने बेसी कहि परिबे हैं, अरे कुह एटी तुमको गोटे जानि नै मोर प्रश्न होची भल सोप रो बा साबुन रो ना को जोटा कि यूज करथिबो
Sir, pure soap. Mysore sandal.
हां मयसूर सैंडल प्योर जोटा 50 टंका पडुची, एटा 10 टंका देले हे जाउची, 55 times more than this तार यूजेबिलिटी बा आमे जदि कहबा यूजर्स कैटेगरी, द नंबर ऑफ यूजर्स यूजिंग सोप, यूजिंग मैसूर सैंडल, हाउ मेनी ऑफ देम? 10 out of 100, but here 90 out of 100, 80 out of 100. अरे माइक टाको बंद करो, किए एमती साउंड कर बुझी पाइलो डिफरेंस? Difference, did you get the difference? किए माइक टाको काहे कि ओपन करछो इते साउंड आउट? हां बंद करो. Did you get the difference? Here a consumable, that Mysore sandal is a consumable good, and also Lifebuoy or Lux, Synthol, all these are the consumable goods. But here number of users are there. There are less number of users are there. They are not meant for all groups. But here in Lifebuoy cases, this product is meant for all groups. Come to your software. Come to your Anglo-American cataloging rules. Under that also, the system, whatever the system they have developed, is not universally accepted in the world. The rules they have framed, the rules they have created only for the Anglo-American.
Sir, what
How to get
is the
how to
ISDB record?
पहला
ISDB record.
कौन टा
ISDB record.
ମୋ ପାଖରେ ବହିଟା ବି ଟୋଟାଲି ମାନେ ମତେ ସେ ମାନେ ଦେଉନାହାନ୍ତି ଏଠି ଆମର ବହିଟା କିଏ କଣ ନେଇଯାଇଛନ୍ତି କି କଣ ମୁଁ ବି ଟିକେ ଏଠି ସବୁ କାରଣ ମୋ ପାଖରେ ବିଲକୁଲ ଏଠି ଗୋଟେ ବୁକଲେଟଟା ବି ନାହିଁ କାଲିକି ଆରେଞ୍ଜ କରୁଛି କୋଉଠି ଗୋଟେ ଦେଖିକି
Sorry, sir. ISBD.
ISBD ତମେ ତ ଭୁଲଭାଲ କାହିଁ କହୁଛ ହଁ इंटरनेशनल स्टैंडर्ड बुक नंबर गोटे थाए बही पाई थाए आ गोटे जर्नल पाई बा सीरियल कंट्रोल पाई थाए इंटरनेशनल स्टैंडर्ड सीरियल नंबर ISSN गोटे ISBN गोटे ISBN तो मु सेति पाई कंफ्यूज हे कि आउ थरे क्वेश्चन तो पचारली हैला भूल कहउछो तो मैं सेति देखि कि पढुछो एंति काई दी थर भूल हेलान दी जन माय पॉइंट ऑफ सेइंग इज इफ यू आर putting wrong question means that is creating problem in my mind that what is what the term I have not listened in the day ISDB ISBD ISBN ISBN is the international standard book number international standard book number माने ISBN number पाया पे हेले हमर मध्य इंडिया रे गोटे नंबर गोटे बही पाई दिया जाय थाए हैला इंडिया रे बा वर्ल्ड रे जे कोनसी पब्लिशर जदि तार ISBN नंबर थाई कि से बहीटा को छापुची से ISBN नंबर टा ताको पाइबा को पड़े बुझेला तन से ISBN नंबर पाया पे हेले ISBN नंबर पाया पे हेले गोटे राजा रामन राय लाइब्रेरी राजा रामन राय नेशनल एजेंसी फॉर ISBN गोटे बोली कि गोटे गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया गोटे डिपार्टमेंट मध्ये अछि बुझेला तेनो यू हैव टू अप्लाई टू दैट एजेंसी and a number after providing the entire details about that book particular book who is the author who is the publisher and who is the printer also where it is printed who is a writer or there are so many other things also what is the year of publication who is the real agency who is publishing that book for what purpose it is published all these are the things you have to put you have to give information or you have to upload the information to the department means of what Raja Raman Rai National Agency for ISBN that there is a national agency and that national agency generally alert one number that is bearing of 10-digit number or 13-digit number that varies what is the ISBN number what is the meant for the ISBN and also you can get down by putting that ISBN you will be knowing in the Google that what kind of things which are linked to the ISBN number and also by clicking on that also you will be knowing more and more information about the ISBN number. What is the ISBN number understood? I told about the ISBN number. It is a number meant for publishing a particular book. And like that also, if you are going to publish a serial control, serial, one kind of serial means of what? Your magazines, your journals. Also under that you have to get a ISFN, International Standard Serial Number, and that also you have to get it, and that becomes a very standardized one, and people generally accept that it is a standardized book, because you see that as you are, most of you are Odia. I will tell about Kadambini. Kadambini is a very popular magazine in Odisha and most of the parts of Odisha and some of the parts of India. Why it is popularly accepted? Because of what? Now, because it bears a ISSN number, and some other agencies they have certified that particular magazine, and some writing is good, and also picture clarity is good, and the pages, whatever the number of pages that is coming also is a very standard paper. Uh, there are so many other things. For that sake, people generally accepting that. And only most important thing is information. And that also information is you are getting from the Kadambini also. It is very nice and very good information you are getting from different gapa ho ba jaha bhi kichi ta bhitere sthana pauchi ରୋଷେଇ ରାନ୍ଧଣା ପାଖରୁ ଆରମ୍ଭ କରି ଗପ ପାଖରୁ ଆରମ୍ଭ କରି ବା ବିଭିନ୍ନ ଇନଫର୍ମେସନ ଗୋଟେ ଗୋଟେ ସମୟ ସମୟରେ ଦିଆ ହଉଛି ବର୍ଷରେ ସ୍ପେଶିଆଲ ଇସ୍ୟୁରେ ମଧ୍ୟ ବିଭିନ୍ନ କଥା କେତେବେଳେ ଦିଆ ହଉଛି କୋଉ ମହାମନୀଷୀଙ୍କ ଉପରେ, କେତେବେଳେ ଡାକ୍ତରଙ୍କ ଉପରେ, କେତେବେଳେ ଆଉ କାହା ଉପରେ, କେତେବେଳେ ଏମିତି ସବୁ ଦିଆ ହଉଛି, କେତେବେଳେ ପୋଏଟ ମାନଙ୍କ ଉପରେ ସବୁ ଦିଆ ହଉଛି। that the information during different informations that is being accepted by the public, ତେଣୁ ଏସବୁ ପାଇଁ ଗୋଟେ ISSN number is a standard number। ଏବେ ପିଲେ ବୁଝିପାରିଲ ISBN and ISSN number are difference, and ISBN number is meant for what, and ISSN number is meant for what. Without ISBN number also you can publish one book, but that may not be accepted, may not be considered by the public or by the people, may not be considered 100% considered, because generally ISBN number, prior that who is giving that particular number, prior that also a committee is there, and the committee also focuses on that particular book. Is it authentic, or is it of having a reality to on the writings, and a standard agency or any publishing agency is publishing that or not. Everything after judging all these things, all those things, then a number can be allotted to that, and also it is through a process, number of stages. It is a difficult also. Understood that? Like that also you will be knowing many things, and you can search it out in the Google. What is ISBN, what is ISSN number, what is the difference between ISBN and ISSN number, why a number is being 13-digit number is being put to the ISBN number, also that is 10-digit number is being, and what is the difference between 10-digit and 13-digit, what 4-digit of the ISBN is meant for what, stands for what other 4-digit stands for what other for. By this way it is divided. Geographical distinction is there. There are so many other things you will be knowing if you are searching that ISBN number in the Google site. Okay, come to the next one. Who is interested for putting in?
Where is the Raja Rammohn Roy National Agency for ISBN?
In Kolkata.
Kolkata, sir. Thank you, sir.
Kolkata. ନାଇଁ ସେଟା କହିଲି, ତମେ ଆଉ କ୍ୱେଶ୍ଚନ ତା ଉପରେ କାଇଁ କରୁଛ? ମୁଁ କହିଲି ପୁରା ରାଜା ରାମନ ଲାଇବ୍ରେରୀ ଏଜେନ୍ସି ମାରିକି ତମେ ସର୍ଚ୍ଚ କରିପାରିବ, ସେଥିରୁ ତମେ ଜାଣିପାରିବନି, ସିଧା ଲେଖିବ ନା କୋଲକାତା, ଆଉ ସବୁ କିଛି ଗୁଡାଏ ଜିନିଷ, many types of information you can gain from that source, that knowledge, that site. ମୁଁ source ଟା କହିଦେଲି।
हेलो सर।
हाँ
सर ये मार्क ଆଉ ମାର୍କ 21 ଭିତରେ ଡିଫରେନ୍ସ ଟା କଣ ସେଟା କହିବେ?
ଦେବା କହିଲି ଭର୍ସନ, ଏଟା ଜେନରାଲ ଭର୍ସନ, 21st ଭର୍ସନ,
ମାନେ ମାର୍କ ଟା ଜେନରାଲ ଭର୍ସନ, ମାର୍କ 21 ତାଠୁ ଆଡଭାନ୍ସ ଭର୍ସନ।
ଆଡଭାନ୍ସ ଭର୍ସନ ମୁଁ ଯେମିତି କହିଲି ଲିପସିସ୍ ର 7 ଆମେ ୟୁଜ କରୁଥିଲୁ କିଟ୍ ରେ, ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ ଲିପସିସ୍ 10, 7 and 10 ଭିତରେ ଡିଫରେନ୍ସ ଏୟା ହଉଛି ଫ୍ୟାସିଲିଟିଜ। ମଡୁଲ୍ସ ଯୋଉ ଅଛି ଆମର କ୍ଲାସିଫିକେସନ ଅଛି, କାଟଲଗିଂ ଅଛି, ଆକ୍विजिशन, କ୍ଲାସିଫିକେସନ, କାଟଲଗିଂ, serial control, administration and utilities and opaque system. There are so many modules are there. Under that modules, under those modules, suppose we are using a version that is 7 and only 10 facilities there, facilities were there. Now we are using 10 version, we are finding 20 facilities. What is the difference? More 10 facilities that is incorporated in the 10 version. Also, it is a most important part for the library professionals, because what about the facilities? Why generally a librarian seek more facilities? Because a librarian should record or can record many things under that systems, which is a helpful part to the library and library professionals to know about details about the records of a particular document, or records relating to the pricing, records relating to the publishing, records relating to the supplier, records relating to the public. And there are so many other things. Facilities ଥିଲେ ତ ତା ଭିତରେ ତମେ ରଖିପାରିବ। ତେଣୁ ଯେତେ ମନେକର ଫ୍ୟାସିଲିଟିଜ କୋଉଠି ଗୋଟେ ଛୋଟ ଦୋକାନକୁ ଗଲେ 20 ଟଙ୍କା ଦେଲେ ବି ଗୋଟେ ଜିନିଷ ଆମେ କିଣି ପାରୁଛୁ। ସେମ ଜିନିଷ ମନେକର ଆମେ ଯିବା ଗୋଟେ ସାର୍ଟ ଟେ କିଣିବା, ସାର୍ଟ ଟେ ଗୋଟେ ଜେନେରାଲ ଦୋକାନକୁ ଯାଇକି 300 ଟଙ୍କାରେ ଆମେ ପାଇବା। ସେମ ଜିନିଷ ଯଦି ଗୋଟେ ବଡ ଦୋକାନକୁ ଯୋଉଠି ଏସି ଥିବ, ଯୋଉଠି ଗାର୍ଡିଆନ, ଯୋଉଠି ସିକ୍ୟୁରିଟି ଗାର୍ଡ ଥିବେ ସାଲୁଟ ମାରୁଥିବେ, ଜଣେ ଡୋର ଖୋଲି ଦଉଥିବ, ଜଣେ ଥଣ୍ଡା ପାଣି ଆଣିକି ଟିକେ ଦଉଥିବ, ସେଠି ସେମ ଜିନିଷ ବି 100 ଟଙ୍କା ଅଧିକା ଦେଇକି ଆସିବ। ଏସବୁ ଯେମିତି ଗୋଟେ ଏକ୍ସାମ୍ପଲ ଦେଲି, ସେଥିପାଇଁ ମଧ୍ୟ ଲାଟେଷ୍ଟ ଭର୍ସନ ୟୁଜ କଲେ you have to pay little more than the previous version. Generally, developer fixes the amount, fixes the cost of that particular software more than the previous version. से कम रे बाजार को छाड़ियो नै, 100 टंका बेसी रे बजंग छाड़ियो। Generally, organization pays more price than the previous version. Because of what? Because latest version gives more facilities than the old versions, previous versions.
ସାର୍ ଟିକେ CCF ବିଷୟରେ ଟିକେ short description ଦେବେ କି?
CCF କଣ କହୁଛ କହିଲ?
Common communication format.
Common communication format ସେଠି କଣ ଲେଖୁଛି ଧାଡିଏ କୁହ? ମୋ ପାଖରେ ଟୋଟାଲ ବହି ନାହିଁ ତ, ମୁଁ ତାକୁ କାଲି ଦେଖୁଛି କଣ।
ସେ ଗୁଡା diagrammatic representation ଦଉଛି ତ।
ହଁ, ସେଇଟା ହଉଛି କ୍ଲାସ ନେଇଥିଲେ ଆମେ ତ ବ୍ଲାକ୍ ବୋର୍ଡିଂ ରେ, ବ୍ଲାକ୍ ବୋର୍ଡ ର ଟିଚିଂ ରେ ତାକୁ ଆମେ କହିଦେଇଥାନ୍ତୁ କମନ କମ୍ୟୁନିକେସନ ଫର୍ମାଟ ଟା କେମିତି ହଉଛି। ଠିକ ଅଛି, ତ ଗୁଡାଏ ଡାଇଗ୍ରାମ ଅଛି, ତାକୁ ଦେଇକି ଆମେ କହିବା। ସେଟା ତମେ ଦେଖ।
पेज नंबर टी कहबो कि
पेज नंबर होची 75।
ମୁଁ ଏଇଠି
75
ଗୋଟେ ମିନିଟ
को ब्लॉक को यूनिट
सेकंड
रो टिके रो।
Second block 7 unit 7.5.5.
ଗୋଟେ ମିନିଟ ରୁହ। ब्लॉक 2 ना स्टूडेंट्स?
Yes sir, block 2 unit 7 sub unit 7.5.5,
देखि दो कहि दो।
page number 75.
यूनिट 7 ना?
Yes sir.
हाँ हां तने को केते पेज कहउछ
75
75 देखो हिस्टोरिकल बैकग्राउंड रे से दउची जो जनरली ऑल ऑफ यू आर ऑडिबल
Yes, sir.
हां यू सी दैट
Yes, sir. Yes,
हां
sir.
कॉमन कम्युनिकेशन फॉर्मेट पचार चोपरा हां देखो कॉमन ना
Yes,
कोनटा
sir.
पचार तो सीसीएफ तो
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
हां सीसीएफ रे से कहूँ जे रैपिड ग्रोथ ऑफ इंटरनेशनल बिब्लियोग्राफी एक्सचेंज फॉर्मेट बिकॉज यू सी दैट आईएसओ इज ए स्टैंडर्डाइजेशन IS 2001 IS 9001 these are the standardized format standardized mark of given by the international standard organizations generally they confer the international standard number to a particular what organization or any product of any organization ଯେମିତି ମେଡିସିନ ର ହଉ ଯେମିତି ମନେକର IDCO is one of them EPICL is one of them of our government or any company who is doing better services providing better services that is certified by uh, ISO standard all these are you know that if any information interchange bibliographic information interchange is not certified by a national or international agency and that format is not exactly suitable for all purposes all organizations that may not be easy for each and every library to to use that library and to continue the system for better providing better services for providing better services so is a common communication format is a group who is developing that format is meant for accepting the entire facilities and for using or for being used by the libraries and information centers in most of the parts of the world. You see that there are Unimark format, ISDS, MacUp Pro, there are other USSR, US Common Communication Format. So many other agencies also, not like that. There are number of agencies, they have developed their own formats and that format should be acceptable by the different organizations, different parts of the country so that it would be a very acceptable part, easier part to continue and work in that particular format and to keep the record of the library and library information centers for the future purposes. So it is a designed to provide standard format of the major purposes. Means of what? Now exchange bibliographic record already I have discussed and also that abstracting and indexing services already that part I have not covered but it is a very long part because whenever we are keeping the records in the library then under that also we have to give abstracting services and indexing services. What is abstracting services? Abstracting means of what? An article have you seen or not? In any article that you see that the purpose of the article, why the article is meant for, what is the thematic part of that article, what is the gist part of that article, that is narrated in the first column, in the first part of the article. And that after going through that, someone would be understood what is the purpose of this article, why this article particularly says about. Like that also, indexing. Indexing means of what? And indexing, that is the word indexing, maybe of your article indexing, maybe your keyword indexing, maybe there are so many types of indexing you can keep accordingly. So if you have done indexing part also, that under that indexing part also, it is a better part for both of the users and also for the library professionals to give information to the users categories, and that is very essential for a user category, for the user categories. And like that also, bibliographic, to permit bibliographic agency to use a single set of computer programs. Single set of computer programs means of what? Suppose you see, what is compatibility? In the present context, most important is compatibility. Suppose your version is a higher version and you are using Windows 7, but you are but that is meant for Windows 10. And if you don't have that Windows 10, that also may not be suitable. Under that also, that is a constant part that may not be usable, may not be accepted by your computer. So your computer should be free from that, should accept that version exactly, and that format also exactly, and that during that format there is a system. What kind of system? Suppose Adobe, example, I am giving one example, Adobe Reader. Suppose another software, so they have used in that programming, and under that program, if you don't have that facilities in your computer, that may not be may not be usable, may not be accepted for your library. That is a most constant part for the library, library or library part. To reserve the basic format of the agency bibliographic database by providing list of useful data elements. These are the most important. Understood? My point of saying is, common communication format is a standard format by which the library and the computer system can accept that system, that software, by which the library professionals can use that software, can provide the services betterly. Uses also is there, record label is there, directory, what kind of standardization, length of the data field, tag, starting character position, segment identifier, occurrence identifier. These are the things they have used in the developing process of the software. And if that software, that tags, all these things, characters, whatever the things they have used, is not standardized, then also that may not be suitable for your part. They are taking to those things, keeping in mind, they have developed all these things. It is most important. Like that also, one thing is ASR, Anglo-American Cataloging Rules. Under that also they have developed. The common communication format is there. So these are the things. Understood my point, students? Students?
Yes, sir.
Understood my point?
Yes, sir.
ସେଥିପାଇଁ ସେମାନେ ଗୋଟେ common communication format develop କରିଛନ୍ତି, ଯୋଉ develop ରେ ଯୋଉ tagging system, syntax system, characters they have used, number of characters they have taken, for the facilities they have adopted in the system. All these are the things which are necessarily important. Another thing is, these are the things which are very commonly accepted by all the libraries in India and also abroad. Not for particular KIT university, not for particular silicon, not for particular OUT they have developed according to the demand of the, or necessarily or requirement of the KIT or requirement of the silicon. They have developed in such a way that Because of these facilities, those facilities they have developed, that is being accepted, that is being owned by the different libraries of the world. ବୁଝିପାରିଲ ବୁଝିପାରିଲ ରେ
Yes, sir.
स्टूडेंट हाँ
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
हाँ ତେଣୁ ଗୋଟେ ଗୋଟେ କ୍ଲାସ ରେ ସବୁ ପାର୍ଟ କୁ କଭର କରିବା ଇଜ ଏ ଭେରି ଡିଫିକଲ୍ଟ ପାର୍ଟ ରିଏଲି ଡିଫିକଲ୍ଟ ଆମେ କଣ ୟୁନିଟ ୱାଇଜ ରେ ଆମେ ଯାଇଥିଲେ ଗୋଟେ ଗୋଟେ କଥା ସବୁ ଆସ୍ତେ ଆସ୍ତେ ଗୋଟେ ଗୋଟେ କ୍ଲାସ ରେ ଡିସ୍କସନ ହେଇଥାନ୍ତା ବଟ୍ ଦିସ୍ ଇଜ ନଟ୍ ଦ ୱେ still we are covering, still we are going, still I am trying to input the things or putting the things in your mind. I am trying my level best.
सर मींस एटा होचे गोटे स्टैंडर्ड नुहे कि माने
Standard
कि
format
समस्त फॉलो करिवे हो
गोटे हाँ समस्त follow करिवे नहीं सेटा उल्टा तो बुझुछ they have developed in such a way. Suppose 10, they have developed 10. Silicon is wanting 1, kit is wanting 5, another one wanting 10. That 3 institutions, the demand of the 3 institutions are covered under that system. Means already they have developed 10. ଏବେ ବୁଝିପାଇଲ
Yes,
ଯଦି
sir.
ଆମେ 10ଟା ଫ୍ୟାସିଲିଟିଜ ରଖିଛୁ କିଟ୍ ର 4ଟା ଫ୍ୟାସିଲିଟିଜ କାମରେ ଆସୁଛି ଆଉ କୋଉ ସିଲିକନ ମନେକର 2ଟା ଫ୍ୟାସିଲିଟିଜ କାମରେ ଆସୁଛି ଆଉ କୋଉ ବଡ ଆଇଆଇଟି ଟା ଗୋଟେ 10ଟା ଫ୍ୟାସିଲିଟିଜ କାମରେ ଆସୁଛି ଓକେ ତାଙ୍କ ଫର୍ମାଟ ଟା ଆଇଆଇଟି ରେ ଲାଗି ପାରିଲା ତାଙ୍କର ସିଲିକନ ରେ ଲାଗି ପାରିଲା ତାଙ୍କର କିଟ୍ ରେ ବି ଲାଗି ପାରିଲା ତାହେଲେ ଗୋଟେ କମନ କମ୍ୟୁନିକେସନ ଫର୍ମାଟ ରହିଲା ତା ମାନେ ସେ ତିନିଟା ଯାହାର ଯାହା यूज थाउ ना कहीं रिक्वायरमेंट थाउ ना कहीं से सॉफ्टवेयर टा तीन जनों ପାଇଁ ପ୍ରଯୁଜ୍ୟ इट इज एप्लीकेबल फॉर ऑल 3 ग्रुप्स एबे बुझी पाइलो
आज्ञा सर
तो सेमाने 10टा
मींस सब
फैसिलिटी 10टा फैसिलिटी रखिथिले तो
रिक्वायरमेंट दे दोचंदी
हां जार दुईटा हले भी सेतरे से दुईटा रे यूज करला जे 10टा यूज करिवो से भी 10टा यूज करला
आज्ञा
It is
It
an
is a
exchange of bibliographic records between groups of libraries. Exchange of bibliographic records between groups of libraries.
बस एक्सचेंज ऑफ बिब्लियोग्राफिक रिकॉर्ड्स बिटवीन
Groups of libraries.
हां
Groups of libraries.
between groups of libraries এটা generally happens in the interlibrary loans କ୍ଷେତ୍ରରେ interlibrary exchanges କ୍ଷେତ୍ରରେ interlibrary exchanges କାହିଁକି ହୁଏ ଏଟା ଗୋଟେ ବିରାଟ ଟପିକ ଟା ଇଜ ଏ ଭେରି ବିଗ ଟପିକ still I am going to brief little briefing on that କାହିଁକି ଏଟା ହୁଏ suppose financial stability kit ରେ ବହୁତ ଭଲ सिलिकन रे ता तळକୁ ଟିକେ ଆସିବ ट्राइडेंट रे ता तळକୁ ଟିକେ ଆସିବ रूपाजल ता तळକୁ ଟିକେ ଆସିବ कि आमे जदि नालंदा कथा कहबा ता तळକୁ इंजीनियरिंग कथा हम कहूची जेहेतु ए कथा कहले आउ जनरली मनकर उत्कल यूनिवर्सिटी टिके स्टैंडर्ड तापर को बरहमपुर यूनिवर्सिटी आइला तापर को खलीकोट यूनिवर्सिटी आइला ता तळको आउ को यूनिवर्सिटी वार जे गोटे सीवी रमण यूनिवर्सिटी आइला एमिति आइला तण बिकॉज ऑफ व्हाट बिकॉज ऑफ स्टैंडर्डाइजेशन स्टैंडर्डाइजेशन ता केतेबळे मेजरमेंट हुए ना फाइनेंस को देखिकी स्टेट ऑफ द आर्ट को देखिकी इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर को देखिकी हासिल डिफरेंट टाइप ऑफ फैसिलिटीज को देखिकी एम्बियंस जोटा कहउछो तमे बा देयर आर सो मेनी अदर फैक्टर्स व्हिच आर रेस्पोंसिबल वी आर गोइंग टू क्लोज 9 o'clock 10 minutes more okay other ambiances are also responsible if the other ambiances are responsible and kit is ready to pay 100 rupees silicon is not ready to pay 100 rupees silicon is ready to pay 5 rupees and your another institution is ready to pay 2 rupees there should be a committee under that committee exchange of resources can be made under that also silicon is procuring 2 kit is procuring 5 and another one institution procuring 1 may not be procured by may not be or can may or may not be procured by kit and silicon there should be a exchange among 3 institutions so that the other things which are not available in kit may be shared with the other institution the other institution may or may not be available may be shared with the other institutions. The exchange of documents, exchange of information, exchange of resources. What I told, resources of information, exchange of resources are possible, and that is most important in the present context, because whatever the things available in the market may not be procured. All the things may not be procured because of constraint of money. କେତେ ଜଣ ଲୋକ ସବୁ କିଛି କିଣିକି ରଖିପାରିବେ? So exchanging বা ତାକୁ କହନ୍ତି sharing of resources, resource sharing বা sharing of resources is a most important or good idea. I will tell about is a good idea by which we can gain knowledge, we can procure the things, we can do many things, exchange many things in between the institutions.
Sir, got a question achi.
This is our last question. I am going to conclude all these things. Okay, put me, ask
What
me.
is ISBD? जोटा कि इंटरनेशनल स्टैंडर्ड बिब्लियोग्राफिक डिस्क्रिप्शन
एटा सुनो, ISBD जोटा तुम पचार दो इंटरनेशनल स्टैंडर्ड केते पेज रे अछि सेटा को?
पेज नंबर 54 7.4 यूनिट 7 सब यूनिट 4 7.4 पेज नंबर
54 9.
यस सर, यूनिट 7 54.
अच्छा ठीक अछि, एटा मो टिके एट कहि दउची. It's a कहूची recent developments, ISBD and FRBR, functional requirements for bibliographic record. I would ISBD से कहूची इंटरनेशनल स्टैंडर्ड बिब्लियोग्राफिक डिस्क्रिप्शन. सेम जिंस जेमिति मु एठी कहली टैगिंग सब अच्छी बा ताको आमे कहूचे फैसिलिटीज अच्छी, सेमती माने ताको इफ्ला गोटे गोटे कमिटी करिकी, गोटे स्टैंडिंग कमिटी करिकी कैटलॉगिंग सेक्शन रे गोटे इंटरनेशनल स्टैंडर्ड बिब्लियोग्राफिक डिस्क्रिप्शन कोन के बुझी परछ नथिला. मु एबे कहउतली टिके पूर्वरु बिब्लियोग्राफिक रेकॉर्ड कथा कहउतली. बिब्लियोग्राफिक डिस्क्रिप्शन सपोज गोटे बहिर बिब्लियोग्राफिक डिस्क्रिप्शन आमे जदि दबा, तार टाइटल, तार ऑथर, तार एडिशन, तार प्राइस, तार डायमेंशन ऑल्सो, थिकनेस केते, तार लेंथ ब्रेड्थ केते, तार विड्थ केते, से सब दबा बा तार पब्लिशर किए, तार प्राइस केते, ये सब को आमे बिब्लियोग्राफिक रेकॉर्ड बोली कहंती. एबे कार क्वेश्चन आउ किछि डाउट अछि ए विषय जानिबा को? बिब्लियोग्राफिक रेकॉर्ड बोली कि एई आकु ही कुआ जाय. गोटे बहिर बिब्लियोग्राफिक रेकॉर्ड होछि एई बात एई गुडा बुझियला. आ जदि से बिब्लियोग्राफिक रेकॉर्ड ता स्टैंडर्डाइज न होइतो, मैक्सिमम टू मैक्सिमम फैसिलिटीज तादर न तो, सपोज तमे एंट्री करूचो गोटे बहिर रेकॉर्ड ता को एंट्री करूचो, सेथिरे ऑथर टाइटल अछि, प्राइस अछि, पब्लिशर अछि, आउ सेथिरे नाही कोन ना एडिशन नाही, प्लेस ऑफ पब्लिकेशन नाही, कि आउ कोन नाही, कि आउ कोन नाही, ताले कोन हो
से कोन कोन रहिबा कथा एक्चुअली बिब्लियोग्राफिक डिस्क्रिप्शन रे? मेनली जेमति कि ऑथर नेम आउ तार सब्जेक्ट आउ तार प्रिंट डेट एगुडा को बाद माने सीरियली कोन कोन रहिबा दरकार बेसिक.
सुना तमे ये बहुत गुडाई जिंस ताधरे 100 रु मोर देन 100 एंट्री मध्ये गोटे गोटे रेकॉर्ड रे अछि. गोटे गोटे बही रे मोर देन 100 रो एंट्री भी आमे करि परिबा. पेज वाइज रो सेक्शनल डेवलपमेंट को से बहीटा कहा ऊपर बेस करिकी, व्हाट इज द सब्जेक्ट टॉपिक तुम भी लिखि परिबो को सोर्स रु आइला केते टंकार आइला केबे डेट रे आसला किए देला को माने देयर आर सो मेनी बा नंबर्स ऑफ bibliographic records you can maintain in your database किंतु जदि मैक्सिमम टू मैक्सिमम गोटे स्टैंडर्डाइज हेइथिबो ताहाले आमे जहा चाहिले ता भीतर कर परिबा क्लासिफिकेशन नंबर भी दे परिबा ए सब जिंस आमे कर परिबा जदि इफ यू डोंट हैव दैट स्टैंडर्ड फॉर्मेट that bibliographic description is a very restricted in that case that we are not being allowed to enter the data systematically or in a plenty of manner so for that
जे स्टैंडर्ड रे कोन रहिया कथा माने
स्टैंडर्ड रे मुपा कहली मोर देन 100 रे जिंस रही परिबो जोटा कि मेनली ऑथर टाइटल एडिशन प्राइस पब्लिशर ये सब जिनस मोस्ट इंपोर्टेंट थिंग एगुडा को रहिया कथा मिनिमम एगुडा को मिनिमम जोटा मैक्सिमम कैन बी टेकन मेनी थिंग्स तुम तो बारंबार कहू ना से कथा पेज वाइज डिस्क्रिप्शन दे परिबो तमे सब्जेक्ट डिस्क्रिप्शन दे परिबो तादरे आईएसबीएन नंबर पुट करिया पे फैसिलिटी थिबा दरकार ऑथर किए ऑथर विषय माने सब बुक रो डिस्क्रिप्शन विषय को चैप्टर कोन कहूची को चैप्टर कोन कहूची सेगुडा भी there are so many mane other things you can add ताकू कहबे फैसिलिटीज नंबर ऑफ फैसिलिटीज जोटी अछि आमे सेठी जहा देई परिबा जहा छाडी परिबा जोटी नंबर ऑफ फैसिलिटीज नाही आमे तो रेस्ट्रिक्टेड हे गले आमे चाहिले भी देई परिबानी बिकॉज़ the particular system ba particular database that is developed in that way that is not allowing us to put our record put our data in that database that is not allowing ebe difference buji pailo tenu there are certain bibliographic agencies in the world number of bibliographic agencies international bibliographic description for monographic publication appeared in 1971 ISBD monographic bracket रे M लिखि देछि bracket रे G लिखि देछि of library resources the ISBD G माने एमती सब for different purpose रे हला सब हेडा को डेवलप करा है टेकिंग टू द रिक्वायरमेंट description suitable for most common types of library resources should be developed we just discussed about the importance of the classification, importance of the cataloging, what are the types of classifications, what are the types of cataloging, and also what are the systems that is being followed by the classification and cataloging, and also what are the types of documents, what are the types of facilities which are available in different softwares. And we are going to conclude. Thank you all of you. Right time is 9 o'clock and our time is over. Okay, students, thank you all.
Yes, sir.
Good
night.
Thank you, sir.
Now, if any problem tomorrow rahila, you can ask me tomorrow also, right at 7 o'clock. And prior to that 5 to 10 minutes, you come and join because I am coming before 10 minutes. And I am adding up to 1 hour. Now 27 out of 56 or 59, it was like that. Now you are leaving that because how many of you are interested? Means only 27 are interested. Others are not interested. Okay.
सके फ्यूचर रे जदी किछि माने हमरो क्वेश्चन आसिला डाउट्स आसिला आपन को हमें कांटेक्ट कर करबो ना
कांटेक्ट करिवो काली करिवो कि असुविधा
नहीं काली की तो हमको सब डाउट क्लियर हे परबनी
एई परन तमे लेखो तमे तमर कोर्स कोऑर्डिनेटर से तो कथा हो for enhancing your number of classes, all these things, enhancing your classes, you can ask. Thank you all.